What are neurons? Neurons are special cells in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves that help send messages throughout the body. They work like tiny messengers, carrying electrical and chemical signals to help us think, move, feel, and react to the world around us. Neurons are the building blocks of the brain and nervous system. The human brain has about 86 billion neurons. Neurons can be very long. Some in the spinal cord stretch from the brain all the way to the feet. A single neuron can connect with thousands of other neurons, making the brain a super complex network. While neurons do not regenerate easily, some parts of the brain can form new neurons in a process called neurogenesis. Parts of a neuron. A neuron has three main parts. 1. Dendrites. These look like little branches and receive signals from other neurons. They pass the message to the cell body. 2. Cell body called soma. This is the main part of the neuron that processes information and decides whether to send the message forward. 3. Axon. A long tail-like structure that carries the message away from the cell body to the next neuron. Some axons are covered with myelin, a fatty layer that helps speed up the signals. At the end of the axon, the signal reaches the synapse, a tiny gap between neurons. Here, the message is sent to the next neuron using chemicals called neurotransmitters. Neurons send messages in two ways. 1. Electrical signals. Inside the neuron, messages travel as tiny electrical impulses. 2. Chemical signals. When the message reaches the synapse, it turns into a chemical signal. Neurotransmitters such as dopamine or serotonin carry the message across the gap to the next neuron. This process happens in milliseconds and allows the brain and body to work together quickly. Types of neurons. Neurons have different jobs, and there are three main types. 1. Sensory neurons. These carry messages from the senses, like touch, taste, and smell, to the brain. Example, feeling heat when you touch something hot. 2. Motor neurons. These send signals from the brain to the muscles, telling them to move. Example, lifting your hand. 3. Interneurons. These connect sensory and motor neurons and help with reflexes and complex thinking. Example, deciding to remove your hand from something sharp. Why are neurons important? Neurons control everything we do. They help us think and learn, move our muscles, feel emotions, sense pain, temperature, and touch. Remember things when neurons are damaged, such as in diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. It can affect movement, memory, and thinking. How do neurons work together? Neurons do not work alone. They form large networks to process and send information. A single neuron may be connected to thousands of other neurons. 1. Neurons receive a signal from another neuron or from the outside world, like light, sound, or touch. 2. The signal is processed in the cell body. 3. The neuron sends a message through the axon to another neuron, muscle, or gland. 4. The next neuron receives the signal and continues the process. Neurons do not regenerate easily. Unlike other cells in the body, neurons do not heal or replace themselves easily when damaged. This is why brain injuries and nerve damage can be permanent. Neurons use electricity and chemicals. They communicate using tiny electric signals and special chemicals called neurotransmitters. Each neuron has a specific role. Some neurons only send signals to muscles. Some only process sensory information, and others help connect different parts of the brain. Neurotransmitters. The chemical messengers. Neurons communicate using neurotransmitters, which are special chemicals that send messages across the synapse. Dopamine. Helps with movement, motivation, and pleasure. Low levels can lead to Parkinson's disease. Serotonin. Controls mood, sleep, and emotions. Low levels are linked to depression. Acetylcholine, important for memory and muscle movement. Glutamate, helps with learning and memory. GABA, helps calm the brain and reduce stress.